Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah wa barakatuh. All praise belongs to Allah, the Lord of the universe, who has given us the opportunity to be able to interact once again. We beseech Him to continue to protect and guide us right. May He continue to provide for our parents. May He also grant us the opportunity to meet ourselves again in our usual school classroom setting. We beg Him to help us wipe off the COVID-19 pandemic from the surface of the earth sooner than we expect. Amen. This is your English Studies teacher, Mrs. Rufai R.O. It's the beginning of the third term of 2019-2020 academic session. And our first lesson for the term is Increase Your Word Power. Increase your word power. The media, the radio, and the television. Before we vacated last term, we also treated the same media, but the press, where we learned that media means a way of communicating information to people. We learned that media is plural and medium is singular. We learned that we have the print and the electronic media, where the print media refers to communicating information through newspapers or magazines, etc., and the electronic media is a way of communicating information through the radio, television, etc. We learned new words associated with the press. Words like dailies, where we said papers that are published every day are called dailies, while some newspapers, especially Sunday papers, are published weekly and they are called weeklies. Other words that some of the words we also learned are news items, stop press news, letters to the editor, editorial, reporters, journalists, etc. Today, we are looking at the media, the radio, and the television. We have 4 objectives to achieve by the end of this lesson. The first objective is to identify the radio and the television as the electronic media. The second objective is to identify the qualities of the radio and television as the electronic media. The third objective is to learn new words, registers that are associated with the electronic media. And the fourth objective is to identify the differences between the print media and the electronic media. The radio and the television are referred to as the electronic media because they pass across information through electronic energy. This energy are the means by which the electronic media pass out information to the people. The qualities of the radio and television as electronics media. The radio and the television are faster means of getting news or information across to the people, be it far or near. The radio and television are faster means by which news or information are passed across to the people, be it far, that is hundreds of kilometers away, or nearer to us. If a news story breaks, It can go as far as thousands of kilometers from where the news event happened, as fast as the air we breathe in, because the news information is transmitted through the airwaves, electronic energy. So it is a faster means, unlike the newspaper where it can only get to the limit where human beings can take it to. But the radio and television, the electronic media, can carry information as far and fast as possible. News or happenings or events are beamed out to listeners or viewers as they happen. News or happenings or events are beamed out to listeners or viewers as they happen. Yes, once a news story breaks out, the electronic media beams out the information just as the information is happening. About a month or thereabout ago, a part of the Dugbe market got burnt. People were able to immediately air the information or watch the scene of the fire outbreak on their television in the comfort of their homes through the electronic media. The newspapers or magazines could not pass across the information of this same incident that same day because they have already disseminated their own information through their newspaper and it has gone out to the readers. But the radio and television were able to do so immediately as it is happening to inform the people of what is happening. Another quality is they can be broadcast live. The electronic media has this quality of being able to broadcast news stories or information live from wherever it is happening. Let's take, for instance, sports activities, football match. Lovers of football can watch any match live as it is being played in any part of the world. All it requires is for them to switch on their television set or their radio sets. They will listen to the commentaries made on the football match by the commentators or watch the football match live from the comforts of their homes. This is one of the best quality of the electronic media. It gives live broadcast to the people, shows live broadcast to the people just as if the people are at the scene of the happenings. One can view the people's scenes, etc. involved on the television. Through the electronic media, people can watch people, scenes, etc. of whatever is happening on the television, be it political rallies, entertainment programs like dramas, live programs like cultural events, incidents that affect people can be watched on the television and see the people involved or the scenes of the events. The media, the electronic media have a form of immediacy. It ensures that once a news story breaks, it is immediately reported. Once an event occurs, once an information needs to be passed across to the people, immediately it is done. We now move on to the third objective, which is to learn new words, also known as registers, associated with the electronic media. I'll read a passage from your new Oxford Secondary English course for junior secondary schools to NOSEC, page 144. Flip to page 144 and listen as I read the passage to you. Now read the passage below and learn the words and expressions in bold print. Nowadays, in most parts of the world, radio and television are major sources of news and entertainment. On both radio and television, there are news bulletins, programs on current affairs, documentaries, discussion programs, interviews with well-known personalities in politics, sports, and the arts. There are also serials, soap operas, drama, live sports commentaries, and various forms of light entertainment such as quizzes and competitions. TV sets are expensive and usually require mains, electricity, and external aerials. But small battery-powered radios are cheap and many people all over the world can afford them. The radio and TV newscasters, foreign correspondents, political commentators, and the television personalities who have their own shows or who appear frequently on the small screen become very well known. But very many more people work in television who never appear in front of the viewer. Programs are based on scripts written by script writers and organized by a producer with the help of many other specialist workers. These include production assistants, cameramen, sound engineers, specialist electricians, set and costume designers, wardrobe and makeup staff. Equally important are the engineers who erect, maintain, and repair the stations which relay the programs to the different parts of our country. New developments are satellite TV and cable TV. In satellite TV, programs are carried on satellites which circle the Earth. Consumers can only receive these programs on their TV screens if they buy and install on their roof a special piece of equipment called a satellite dish. In cable television, programs are carried on underground cables to the houses of those people who subscribe to the service. Now, we can see so many words that have been expressed in bold prints. I've extracted three of these words for us to see how they are transcribed, the word class they belong to, and their meanings. The first one is news bulletin. News bulletin. You can see the transcription on the screen. News bulletin is a noun, and it means a short radio or television broadcast of news reports. The second one is script writer. Script writer. Script writer. Script writer is a noun. It means a person who writes a script for a play, film, or broadcast. Another word is newscaster. 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 Newscaster is also a noun, and it means a person who reads out broadcast news stories, a news reader. What are the differences between the print and the electronics media? The print media deliver news and information through printed publications. The print media deliver news and information through printed publications. This is the only way they can pass information and news stories across to the people, through the printed publication, be it newspaper or magazines. The electronic media deliver and access news and information through electronic energy. This is the means by which the electronic media deliver and access news, through the electronic energy, airwaves. One should be literate to read the information provided. One should be literate to read the information provided in the print media. If one is not literate, that is, one cannot read, one might be unable to get informed through the newspaper or magazines. Literacy is not the primary requirement, as everyone can watch and hear information provided in the electronic media. For example, if a Yoruba man who cannot read and write, has never gone to school, picks up a copy of Ìwé Ìròyìn Yorùbá or Aláròyé, this person will be unable to get informed through these two newspapers I have mentioned, because he or she cannot read, despite the person being a Yoruba person. But the same person that cannot read the Aláròyé newspaper can tune into BCOS or any other Yoruba speaking station, or watch any TV station and listen to a news broadcast or a program that is being shown on the television. So far, the language being spoken is Yoruba. So in the electronic media, literacy is not the primary requirement, as anyone can watch and hear information provided. So far, it's a language you understand. The Yoruba man or woman can easily understand news reports or information or events or programs spoken in Yoruba on the radio or the television, and get well informed. In the print media, live discussion is not possible. You cannot have a program in the print media where the program will feature a personality being interviewed, and the readers will call in on the program to ask questions or get more informed. It's not possible in the print media. But in the electronic media, this is possible. For instance, if Governor Seyi Makinde of Oyo State decides to come on air to enlighten or inform the people of Oyo State about the current state of COVID-19 in Oyo State this morning, it will be possible to call into the program, be it on radio or television, to ask questions and get informed about what is happening in Oyo State concerning the COVID-19. So live discussion is possible in the electronic media, but not possible with the print media. Language usage is reader friendly. with the print media, while language usage is viewer-friendly with the electronic media. I have an assignment for you to work on the lesson. 2 questions are there on the screen. The first question is for you to transcribe the words listed below. Give me their word class and their meanings. The first one is A, live sports commentaries. B, satellite TV. C, consumer. D, satellite dish. E, subscribe. And number 2, attempt the exercise on page 153 of your NOSEC textbook. Page 153. There are 10 questions there. The questions cuts across to the next page 154. Provide answers. Choose from the options given the appropriate words to fill the gaps. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah wa barakatuh.